Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll talk about 15 highest grossed movies of all time. We will look at the films that have made the most money at the worldwide box office, adjusted for inflation. We will also explore some of the factors that contributed to their success and popularity. These are the films that have made the most money in history, and some of them may surprise you. So, without further ado, let's get started. Jurassic Park. Released in 1993. This science fiction adventure, directed by Steven Spielberg, is based on the novel by Michael Crichton and follows a group of scientists who visit a theme park where genetically engineered dinosaurs have been brought back to life. The film features groundbreaking computer-generated imagery and animatronics that create realistic and terrifying dinosaurs that thrill and scare audiences. It grossed over $1.6 billion in today's value, making it the 15th highest grossing film ever. The Lion King. Premiered in 1994. This animated musical, directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff and produced by Walt Disney, is inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet and tells the story of Simba, a lion cub who is destined to become the king of Pride Rock but is exiled by his evil uncle Scar who kills his father Mufasa. The film features memorable songs by Elton John and Tim Rice and a voice cast that includes Matthew Broderick, James Earl Jones and Jeremy Irons. It grossed over $1.7 billion in today's value, making it the 14th highest grossing film ever. Avatar: The Way of Water. Released in 2022. This science fiction adventure, directed by James Cameron, is the sequel to Avatar and follows the continuing story of Jake Sully and Neytiri as they explore new regions of Pandora and face new threats from both humans and aliens. The film features advanced visual effects and 3D technology that surpasses its predecessor and expands the scope and scale of the Avatar universe. It grossed over $1.8 billion in today's value, making it the 13th highest grossing film ever. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Released in 1937. This animated musical, directed by David Hand and produced by Walt Disney, is based on the fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm and tells the story of Snow White, a princess who flees from her evil stepmother and finds refuge with seven dwarfs in the forest. The film is the first full-length animated feature in history and is widely regarded as one of Disney's masterpieces. It grossed over $1.9 billion in today's value, making it the 12th highest grossing film ever. Jaws. The 11th film on the list was released in 1975. This thriller, directed by Steven Spielberg, is based on the novel by Peter Benchley and follows the efforts of a police chief, a marine biologist and a shark hunter to stop a man-eating great white shark that terrorizes a small island community. The film is considered one of the first summer blockbusters and created a lasting impact on the film industry and popular culture. It grossed over $2 billion in today's value, making it the 11th highest grossing film ever. Star Wars: Episode VII: The Force Awakens. Released in 2015. This space opera, directed by J.J. Abrams, is the first installment of the sequel trilogy that continues the story of the original Star Wars films. The film introduces us to new characters such as Rey, Finn, Poe and Kylo Ren, as well as bringing back old favorites such as Han Solo, Leia Organa and Luke Skywalker. The film pays homage to the classic elements of the Star Wars saga and sets up new mysteries and conflicts for the future films. It grossed over $2.1 billion in today's value, making it the 10th highest grossing film ever. Dr. Zhivago. This film was published in 1965. This romantic drama, directed by David Lean, is based on the novel by Boris Pasternak and follows the life of Yuri Zhivago, a physician and poet who falls in love with Lara, a married woman, during the tumultuous events of the Russian Revolution and the Civil War. The film features a sweeping score by Maurice Jarre and a stunning cinematography by Freddie Young that captures the beauty and tragedy of Russia. It grossed over $2.2 billion in today's value, making it the 9th highest grossing film ever. The Ten Commandments. This biblical epic was released in 1956, directed by Cecil B. DeMille, depicts the life of Moses, from his birth as a Hebrew slave to his role as the leader of the Exodus from Egypt to his receiving of the Ten Commandments from God on Mount Sinai. The film features impressive sets and special effects for its time and stars Charlton Heston as Moses and Yul Brynner as Pharaoh Ramses II. It grossed over $2.3 billion in today's value, making it the 8th highest grossing film ever. E.T. The Extra Terrestrial. This family-friendly fantasy, directed by Steven Spielberg, was released in 1982, tells the story of Elliot, a lonely boy who befriends an alien who is stranded on Earth and tries to help him return to his home planet. The film captures the wonder and innocence of childhood and features a memorable score by John Williams and a lovable performance by Henry Thomas as Elliot. It grossed over $2.4 billion in today's value, making it the 7th highest grossing film ever. The Sound of Music. Released in 1965. This musical drama, directed by Robert Wise, is based on the true story of Maria von Trapp, a young nun who becomes the governess of 7 children of a widowed naval officer in Austria during World War II. The film features iconic songs by Rodgers and Hammerstein and showcases the scenic beauty of Salzburg and the Alps. It grossed over $2.5 billion in today's value, making it the 6th highest grossing film ever. Avengers: Endgame. The 5th film in our countdown was premiered in 2019. This superhero epic, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, is the culmination of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Infinity Saga, which began with Iron Man in 2008. The film follows the surviving heroes of the Avengers as they try to undo the devastating effects of Thanos' snap that wiped out half of all life in the universe. The film features an ensemble cast of dozens of characters from previous MCU films and delivers an emotional and satisfying conclusion to their stories. It grossed over $2.8 billion in today's value, making it the 5th highest grossing film ever. Star Wars: Episode IV: A New Hope was released in 1977. This space opera, directed by George Lucas, introduces us to the galaxy far, far away, where a young farm boy named Luke Skywalker joins forces with a smuggler named Han Solo and a princess named Leia Organa to fight against the evil Galactic Empire and its ultimate weapon, the Death Star. The film revolutionized the science fiction genre and spawned a massive franchise that continues to this day. It grossed over $2.9 billion in today's value, making it the 4th highest grossing film ever. Titanic. Released in 1997. This epic romance, also directed by James Cameron, tells the story of Jack Dawson and Rose DeWitt, 2 star-crossed lovers who meet on board the doomed ship Titanic. The film combines historical accuracy with emotional drama and spectacular action sequences, as well as a memorable soundtrack by James Horner and Celine Dion. It grossed over $3 billion in today's value, making it the 3rd highest grossing film ever. Avatar. Released in 2009. This science fiction adventure, directed by James Cameron, follows the journey of Jake Sully, a disabled former Marine who joins a mission to explore and colonize the alien world of Pandora. The film features stunning visual effects and groundbreaking 3D technology, as well as a powerful message about environmentalism and indigenous rights. It grossed over $3.2 billion in today's value, making it the 2nd highest grossing film ever. Gone with the Wind. The highest grossed movie of all time was released in 1939. This extraordinary historical romance, based on the novel by Margaret Mitchell, tells the story of Scarlett O'Hara, a spoiled Southern belle who lives through the American Civil War and Reconstruction. The film won 10 Academy Awards and is widely regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. It grossed over $3.7 billion in today's value, making it the highest grossing film ever. So, there you have it, the 15 highest grossed movies of all time. What do you think of this list? Do you agree with the rankings? Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.